Hey guys, and welcome back to Rain Marginal. So, let's just jump right back in. I was supposed to have 3 days worth of time. Well, if I start wanting to go back, I'll go back.
親や家族が心配するわよ。
Your parents or family will worry. Unfortunately, there isn't anyone to worry about me.
じゃあ、私が困るからさっさと帰って。
Well then, it's bothering me. So hurry up and leave. It is? At those words, Rin gave a small nod. No, this wasn't Rin. They looked the same, but the inside, the personality was very different. If I had to give her a name, it would probably be Rin. During the day, when I said I would stay, she had been so happy. It was, in a way, the reaction of a different person. But this might be an opportunity. During the day, no matter what questions I asked, nothing would get settled. But with her now, I had a feeling I could get a clearer answer from her. Well, I can go back immediately, but in return, can you tell me about this place?
いいわよ。それで帰ってくれるならね。
Fine. If that will make you leave, that is. Yeah, I get it. Sooner or later, it was inevitable that I would be going back. Then at least it wouldn't be a big delay, if I had her answer the questions I had since coming here. Well, it was probably meaningless to know these things, but they were still bothering me even so. Then first, just what is this world?
さあ、正確な答えは誰も知らないでしょうね。
Who knows? Probably no one knows the real answer. Then at least let me hear what you think it is. If nothing else, she's been here longer than I have. And from how she had spoken earlier, she had seen a number of people come here.
例えるならば、ここは反省室ね。
To speak figuratively, this is a timeout room. Timeout room? That was an unexpected answer. Who? When? For what? What should I be sorry for to begin with?
知らないわよ、そんなこと。
How would I know that?
ただし、この世界の定員は1名よ。 反省
However,
室なんだから。
this world has a population of 1 because it's a room for taking a time out. A population of 1. Then, what about me? With me here right now, that makes 2.
まだわからないの。つまり、あなたは邪魔者だと言ってるのよ。
You still don't get it? I'm saying that you're in the way. Getting in the way. I can understand the concept of being put in time out. I had hated reality that much after all. But I didn't think I would be told I was getting in the way. Then, if I were to not go back, what happens? Just now, you said that the limit is 1 person. Then what would happen if I didn't go back? Would it forever be 2 people here?
いいえ。その時は強制的に返されるわ。
No. Then you'll be forcibly sent back. Forcibly? What does that mean?
これも言葉の通りよ。勝手に帰らされるわ。
Again, it means what I say. You'll just automatically be sent back.
あくまでも今ここに2人がいられるのはわずかな例外期間みたいなものよ。
Ultimately, there being 2 people here is something like a tiny exemption period. I see. There's that kind of rule in effect. Certainly, even in a place like this, there would be a huge difference between spending it with someone and alone.
だからさっさと帰って。どうせ強制的に
So hurry up and go
帰らさ
back,
れるだけだけど。
since you're going to be forced back anyway. Muttering somewhat uncomfortably, Ariane looked at me. Come to think of it, during the day she'd also said that there was a time limit of 3 days before going back. So essentially, if I didn't go back on my own, once that time is up, I'll be sent back. But I had no idea what I should be reflecting on. If spending time alone in a place like this were to be a punishment, then I could understand her way of saying it. Well, the reasoning fits, and I understand it. However, it was a bit hard to take that explanation as the full truth. Since coming here suddenly, too many things have happened for me to allow that. If anything, right now, after this decision, still nothing is registering. It all somewhere still feels like, or felt like things happening in a dream.
あなた知ってた？1000年前まで この地球は宇宙の中心だったのよ。
Did you know? 1,000 years ago, the Earth was the center of the universe. What? Suddenly she started talking about random things.
平らな海の果てに大きな滝が流れていると信じられていた。
They believed that at the end of the flat ocean, a great waterfall flowed.
たった100年前まではウイルスや細菌すら目に見えない悪魔の仕業だと考えられていた。
Just 100 years ago, they even thought of viruses and bacteria as the work of unseen demons. What are you trying to say?
こんな世界があることを知らなかっただけ。あなたも昨日まではね。
That it simply isn't common knowledge to anyone that this world exists, including you up until yesterday. I knew what she wanted to say. Even if it surpassed the realm of comprehension, there were things that existed. There was no point denying them. It might be that I should just accept it. Right here, or right now I am here, in this place she calls a timeout room. But you know, even if that were true, I still don't feel like going back.
どうせ強制的に返されてしまうのに。
Even if you'll wind up being forced back? Yeah, if that's the case, I can worry even less and stay here. If I didn't go back on my own, then I would be sent back. That made things easy. There was no worry about missing the chance to return. Plus, even though I still didn't know very much about living here, there was a chance that living in this world might be much better than the real world. I was tired of that world. If that were the case, I'd want to be here forever. Hey, is there a way to not get sent back?
は？
What? I mean, is there a way to stay here forever?
ないわ。
There isn't. Flatly, that was all she replied with. I see. I had thought that staying here forever also seemed good.
まあいいわ。どうせ3日ほどよ。
Well, fine. It will just be 3 days after all.
それにみんなそう言うのよね。
And everyone
最初
says that in the beginning. With those words, she once again lay down on the bench. It seemed that no matter what I said to her, I wouldn't be getting any more replies. 2 days. It's morning already? Waking to the sound of rain, I cracked my eyes open. Apparently at some point last night I fell asleep.
おはようございます。
Huh, good morning! Yeah, good morning. Before my eyes was the cheerfully grinning girl. Already the aura she had last night wasn't there, and I was on the edge of doubting whether they were the same person. Well, about that thing that happened last night.
はい。何のことですか？
Yeah, what are you asking about? No, see, last night...
あ、ごめんなさい。やっぱり床に直接では。
Oh, I'm
辛
sorry.
かったですよね。
It was hard to sleep directly on the floor, right?
じゃあ今日は私が下で寝ますね。
So today I'll sleep on the bottom. The girl said that, seeming a little sorry. I didn't get the feeling that she was particularly pretending not to know or trying to trick me. It felt very normal and natural. So at night she's different. No, physically speaking, they were definitely the same person. However, the inside, personality, might be better considered a different person. If I had to give them names, the innocent child was Rin, while the nighttime one was Rin.
それじゃあ行きましょうか。
Well, shall we go? Hey, go? I'm still not going back, you know.
いえ、そうじゃなくて、これですよ。
No, not that. This here, this. Saying that, she pointed at the bench, and around it, the number of familiar artifacts.
ほら、昨日寝る前に話したじゃないですか。
Remember yesterday? I talked about it before we went to sleep. Now that you... I had definitely asked questions about the bench and the bus stops. Why was it that everywhere else had only aged stonework, but this spot had modern plastic items?
じゃあすぐ近くですから、ついてきてくださいね。
Well, it's very close, so come with me, please. Hey, wait! Once again, as if she didn't hear me, Rin happily dashed outside. Unlike last night, she seemed restless, innocent, like whatever she was doing seemed fun. But as if she thought of something, She once again turned back.
うっかり忘れるところでした。よかったらこれ使ってください。
I was about to forget. If you'd like, please use this. Saying that, she handed me an umbrella, or apparently the remains of one. Are you saying to use it?
ええ、見た目は悪いですけど、ちょびっとは雨も防げますから。
Yeah, it looks pretty bad, but it can protect from the rain just a little bit. But really, it clearly had a few panels broken, so you couldn't really count on it to stop the rain. And as far as I could see, it was the only one, meaning if I were to use it, she would get wet.
私は慣れちゃってますし、昨日はベンチ使わせてもらったから。
I'm used to it.
気にしないでください。
Yesterday you let me use the bench, so please don't mind. With just that, she once again flew outside. Her figure splashing without an umbrella was simply cute. Really, a big difference compared to at night. There were many things I didn't know about her, but she might not be a bad child. While watching her happily splashing in the puddles with just one shoe, I had that thought. But this rain just keeps coming. It wasn't large drops like in a sudden evening shower, nor was it cold freezing rain. If I had to describe it, it was like the misty rain that fell during the rainy season. And the remains of the umbrella I was lent before. As expected, I didn't feel right using it alone, so we used it together. Well, even if a single person were using it, it didn't look like it would do very much, sorry to say. Aww!
雨濡れないですよね。
So how about it? You're not getting wet from the rain, right? I guess.
そうでしょう、そうでしょう。
Right? For some reason, Rin straightened proudly. Honestly, I didn't think it made much difference whether we used the umbrella or not, but when asked with such a happy smile, I couldn't do anything but nod. But really, coming here, it's been just rain the whole time. Hey, does the sky clear up sometimes?
いえ、ずっと雨ですよ。
No, it's always raining. Always?
少なくとも私が来てから。
At least since I've come here.
いえ、私が来るよりも前からこの雨が止んだことがないと思います。
No, since before I've come here, I don't think this rain has ever stopped. I see. An unending rain, huh? For some reason, it felt well suited to the place's mood. Last night, she had called this place a timeout room. I think I understand why. To be in a place like this and have rain falling constantly, anyone would become depressed. I didn't understand what it took to to become placed here. But after a while, a person might want to go back to the real world. But then, why did you come here?
ずっと
Or when did you come
私
here?
ですね。
Quite a long time ago. A long time ago? Exactly how long ago?
ごめんなさい。あまりよくわからないんです。
Sorry, I don't really know. When she said that, her expression appeared just a bit lonely. Well, that's natural, I guess. Even if time in the real world was moving, here it was stopped. Being here, there wasn't a way to know the flow of time. While looking at my stopped wristwatch, I nodded. And I also thought about yesterday for an instant. That perhaps this child had been in this place since a long, long time ago. I recalled that question I had before. Well, she knew what an elevator and other modern things were, so she couldn't possibly have been here that long.
そろそろ見えてきますよ。
You can see it soon! Saying that, she pointed. In that direction, mixed with the sounds of rain, you could hear the sound of something like waves. An ocean? No, a river. In a world where worn flagstones stretched forever, there was suddenly a river before our eyes. However, for a river, it was so big that you couldn't see the far shore, nor its source or destination. You just couldn't see where it went off to. And there, if you looked closely at the water's edge, you could see a number of familiar things washed ashore. Was that a TV? Next to it, a vending machine? However, everything was broken. On top of that, they were soaked in water, so you could only call them garbage. Besides which, there wasn't any electricity, nor were there outlets. So even if they weren't broken, they'd be useless. Looking at other things, you could see that half were already buried in sand.
こんな感じでたまに流れてくるんです。
Sometimes it floats here like this. I see, that explains the mystery of the bench. It had been a mystery as to why modern things only existed back there, but apparently she had brought things back from this place. And she said it floats here, but it seemed more accurate to say that they wash up here. Well, even if they've all become broken pieces of garbage, at least they're all modern things. They were all familiar things that I had regularly seen up until just yesterday.
あれはもしかしたら
Hey, is that? Before I processed what she said, she dashed over to the waves. Thinking that she may have found something important, I rushed over to see.
嬉しいな。久しぶりに続きが読めますよ。
I'm so happy. It's been a long time since I could read what happens next. What? Jump? At her feet, I saw a familiar collection of manga, and it was one that had just been recently sold, a relatively new issue.
こうやって連続で届くのってすっごく珍しいんです。
For one issue to come after another, it's super rare.
今日は殴らないようにそっと持って帰らないと。
Today I'm gonna need to carry it back carefully, so I don't ruin it. With a bit of a serious face, the girl picked up the soaked jump. Things like that can come floating down? I couldn't help but be somewhat surprised. After that, we walked along the water's edge, looking to see if there was anything that stood out. From what the girl said, there wasn't all that much that washed up. And of course, there wasn't any way to tell what would arrive. Basically, most things didn't even retain their original shapes. On top of that, if you left something for a few days, it would drift off somewhere else. And so, when she finds something useful, she takes it back to that place. By the way, shoes seem rare.
あ、はい。比較的根気がよく来るのです。
Yeah. Books come relatively often.
色というか体に身につける系はめったに来なくて。
But clothing items or anything that you put on your body come only rarely. All things considered, the unbalance was fascinating.
見た方だけならちょっと恥ずかしいです。
With just one shoe, it's a little embarrassing. Later, we strolled along the water's edge before going back. Along the way, we found a Nissan catalog, and Rin was super happy about it. That part of her seemed to be the same as any other girl. Once again, we returned to that place.
あ、いつの間にか連載が終わってる。
Oh, the serial stopped at some point. I looked over at her. She was holding the weekly manga we'd picked up earlier.
残念だな。あれ最後が楽しみだったの。
Oh, what a shame. I was looking forward to the ending. Well, there's nothing you can do. It's not like one will come every week. From what she told me before, if you were lucky, they'd come one after another. But they otherwise might not come for a few months. And plus, it's really hard to hold on to the concept of time here. At the least, each day passed with a night and day. But weeks, months, years? You'd need to create a calendar and check it without fail every day. So probably the only way to judge large periods of time was to use the things that flowed here. As for smaller time periods like hours, I just had no idea. There wasn't anything like a clock, and the sky didn't seem to change. I had a feeling it was around noon. Of course, that was just my gut feeling, and I couldn't tell anything besides that.
どうかしました？
Is something wrong? No, I'm just wondering what time it is.
ちょっと待ってくださいね。少し見てみますから。
Wait here a bit, I'll go take a look. Saying that, Rin hopped outside, and then after she gazed at the sky for a while,
だいたい午後2時くらいじゃないでしょうか。
it's maybe 2 in the afternoon? You can tell from looking at the sky?
え
Yeah, it might seem exactly the same, but there's actually a tiny bit of difference. That reminds me that yesterday she said that night was coming.
まああくまでも目安ですけどね。
Well, it's still just an estimate.
何よりその時間が合ってるかどうかなんて確かめようもありません
If anything, there's no way to check if that time is correct or not. Well, that's true. And thinking about it, I'd gone more than a day without eating and I wasn't hungry at all. That made judging the passage of time even more difficult.
そうだとってもいいもの
Ah, that's right.
し
Shall I give you something give you a very nice thing? Nice thing? What's that?
それは見てからのお楽しみです
You'll see. Saying that, she started rummaging through the small cardboard box next to the bus stop towards the rear. Hey, I don't know what you're up to, but I don't need any drenched manga.
もうそういうのじゃないですよ
Oh, come on, it's nothing like that. After waiting a bit, she came back with a small tin. But I am all out of time for this episode, so if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. We will find out what this tin is next time that I play this. But for now, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!